Picture this for a moment. You wake up one morning, check the news, and suddenly realize Apple is no longer playing safe with its budget iPhone. The rules change overnight. The phone that was once seen as a compromise now looks like a quiet revolution. That is exactly why this new iPhone 17e leak is such a big deal. This is not just another rumor. This is not just another small upgrade. If what we are hearing is even close to accurate, Apple is about to rewrite its entire mid-range strategy, and the impact could be massive. As we move closer to Apple's 2026 product cycle, the conversation around the iPhone 17 series has grown louder, sharper, and more serious. Early whispers have now turned into consistent reports from multiple directions. Supply chain analysts, CAD design leaks, component certifications, thermal testing data, even internal software references. When all of these start lining up, it usually means something real is happening behind the scenes. And right now, all signs point to the iPhone 17 becoming far more important than anyone expected. For years, Apple's models have lived in an awkward space. They were designed to be affordable, but never too good. Powerful enough, but always a step behind. They existed mainly to pull people into the Apple ecosystem without threatening sales of the standard and Pro models. And because of that, they often felt like phones with intentional limits. Slightly older designs, last year's chips, missing features that made you feel you settled instead of upgraded. But 2026 looks different. Very different. According to the latest and most consistent leaks, Apple is no longer treating the iPhone 17e as a secondary option. Instead, it appears to be positioning it as a core pillar of the entire iPhone 17 lineup. Not a backup choice, not a good enough phone, but a device meant to stand confidently on its own. What makes this shift so interesting is that Apple is not doing it with flashy gimmicks. There are no wild folding displays here, no extreme experiments. Instead, Apple seems to be upgrading the things that actually matter. Performance, design consistency, i.e. capability, camera quality, user experience, the fundamentals that decide whether a phone feels modern or outdated. One of the biggest reasons the iPhone 17e is getting so much attention right now is the chip. According to multiple credible sources, Apple plans to power the iPhone 17e with the same A19 chipset used in the standard iPhone 17 and even the iPhone 17 Pro. This alone would be a historic move for Apple. Traditionally, Apple has kept its newest chips exclusive to higher-end models. Budget iPhones almost always received last year's processor. This created a clear performance gap and pushed buyers who cared about longevity and power toward the more expensive phones. But that old strategy may no longer work in a world driven by artificial intelligence. The A19 is not just about speed. It is expected to bring major improvements in neural processing, graphics performance, thermal efficiency, and on-device AI. And AI is no longer a luxury feature. It is quickly becoming the foundation of modern smartphones. Real-time photo enhancement, voice processing, smart assistants, offline translation, accessibility tools, memory optimization, video enhancement. All of these rely heavily on advanced local processing. Android manufacturers have already pushed hard in this area. Samsung, Google, Xiaomi, Oppo, Vivo, they are all bringing AI features into mid-range devices. Apple cannot afford to leave its affordable models behind anymore. Giving the iPhone 17 the A19 chip signals something very clear. Apple wants every new iPhone user to fully participate in the AI era, not just Pro buyers. Leaks suggest the A19 will feature a dramatically improved neural engine. Some insiders claim double or even triple the AI performance compared to the A18. That means future iOS features like offline Siri intelligence, on-device language models, AI-powered creativity tools, advanced photo generation, real-time background removal, AR object detection, spatial mapping, and personalized system behavior without relying on the cloud. This also means better sustained performance, better heat control, better battery efficiency. The iPhone 17e would be able to handle next-generation games with console-level graphics, advanced lighting effects, and smooth animations in demanding applications. For everyday users, this translates into a phone that feels fast for years, not just months. And performance is only one piece of the puzzle. Design is another area where Apple appears ready to fix past mistakes. One of the most criticized decisions with the iPhone 16e was the use of the old notch design. At a time when Dynamic Island had become the visual identity of modern iPhones, the notch made the 16e feel instantly dated. In 2026, that inconsistency may finally disappear. Leaks strongly suggest the iPhone 17e will feature Dynamic Island. This is more than a cosmetic update. Dynamic Island is deeply integrated into iOS. It supports live activities, navigation updates, sports scores, music controls, flight tracking, ride-sharing status, timers, AirPods connection alerts, weather animations, and more. By bringing Dynamic Island to the 17e, Apple makes the experience feel complete. Entry-level buyers no longer feel excluded from modern iOS features. Developers can also design apps knowing Dynamic Island is present across the lineup. This creates a more unified ecosystem and removes one of the biggest psychological gaps between budget and premium iPhones. But perhaps the upgrade that will excite the most people is the front camera. According to leaks, Apple plans to equip the iPhone 17e with the same 18-megapixel center stage front camera system found in higher-end models. And in today's world, the front camera matters more than ever. Social media, video calls, online classes, remote work, blogging, live streaming, short-form content. All of this depends heavily on the front camera. Apple seems to understand that younger users, students, creators, and professionals care deeply about how they look and sound on camera. This new sensor is expected to deliver sharper photos, better low-light performance, improved HDR, more accurate skin tones, and smoother exposure transitions. But the real upgrade lies in the AI-powered center stage system. Improved subject tracking, smarter framing, real-time adjustments during movement, better group handling during calls. Leaks also mention new portrait-style modes, AI-generated depth control, enhanced stabilization, and spatial awareness. All of this could make the front camera on the iPhone 17e competitive with, or even better than, the main cameras on some mid-range Android phones. When you combine the A19 chip, Dynamic Island, and a powerful front camera, the picture becomes clear. The iPhone 17e is no longer a phone built around limitations. It is being rebuilt as a fully capable modern smartphone. Apple's motivation here is strategic. The global smartphone market is changing. Growth is strongest in regions where mid-range phones dominate. India, Southeast Asia, Africa, Latin America, parts of Europe. In these markets, consumers want value, but they also want features. They want good cameras, smooth performance, long software support, and increasingly, AI features. By upgrading the iPhone 17e, Apple removes a major barrier. Buyers no longer have to choose between Apple's ecosystem and modern hardware. They can have both. And once users enter the Apple ecosystem, they tend to stay. They buy apps, subscriptions, accessories, services. This makes the iPhone 17e a long-term investment for Apple, not just a product. There are also hints of other refinements. A slightly slimmer body, better materials for durability, a brighter display with improved outdoor visibility, stronger battery life thanks to the A19's efficiency, possible expansion of satellite features for emergency communication and messaging, more premium color options that appeal to a wider audience. Internal iOS references suggest new AI features designed specifically for the A19 chip. This means iPhone 17e users could enjoy capabilities that older models simply cannot support. Over time, this gap will grow, making the 17e feel more future-proof than expected. When you look at everything together, the iPhone 17 starts to look like one of Apple's most important devices of 2026. It blends affordability with flagship-level intelligence. It offers design consistency, strong cameras, long software support, and a future-ready feature set. Some analysts even believe it could outsell the standard iPhone 17 in certain regions if priced aggressively. That would be a huge shift. It could redefine expectations for mid-range smartphones and put serious pressure on Android competitors. The biggest unknown right now is pricing. If Apple keeps the price reasonable, the iPhone 17e could disrupt the market in a way Apple has not done in years. Even if the price rises slightly, the value proposition looks stronger than ever. My honest opinion is this. If these leaks are accurate, the iPhone 17e may become the smartest iPhone Apple releases in 2026. Not the flashiest, not the most expensive, but the most balanced. The phone that finally proves you do not need to buy a Pro model to get a truly modern Apple experience. This is why the excitement is real. This is why people are paying attention. And this is why the iPhone 17e could end up changing everything. If you like the video, subscribe, share the video, and hit the bell icon.